All right, so as we continue working with confidence intervals, I just want to make sure you know you still have to check conditions, okay? That hasn't changed. So just remember your conditions. Data needs to come from a random sample. Your sample size of n should be less than 10% of the population. And we can't verify NP anymore because we don't know what P is. Remember, we're on a quest to figure out the true proportion. So we're going to use P hat and Q hat. All right, so let's go ahead and check out a full example from start to finish. In 2004, ACT Incorporated reported that 74% of 1,644 randomly selected college freshmen returned to college the next year. Wow, okay, 74% did 1 year of college and then actually came back. They didn't drop out for any reason. So we're going to construct a 98% confidence interval to estimate the national freshman to sophomore retention rate. Freshman to sophomore retention rate, that means people who were freshmen, they actually come back, they're retained to be sophomores. Okay, so we think it's 74%. That's our P hat, that's our guess. We're going to go ahead and see if we can make an interval for where P, the true proportion, will be. So we're going to start by checking conditions. Okay, before we jump too far, we're going to check conditions. The first condition says we need a random sample. Well, do we have a random sample? As a matter of fact, we do. Look, it says right here, randomly selected. So I just like to make sure that I note it says so in the problem. And then I'm going to check to see if my sample size is less than 10% of the population. Well, my sample size, they asked 1,644. So that would need to be less than 10% of all college freshmen, right, that would be coming back. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be probably over 10,000 college freshmen around the country, so we should be okay there. And then my NP hat, don't forget that hat. I have 1,644 as my sample size, times my sample proportion, that's this here, the 74%. When I put that in my calculator, I actually got a decimal. It tells me they probably rounded that percentage. Well, 1,200 is still bigger than 10, so we're good there. And NQ hat, that's just going to be whatever's left over. So that's 427.44. That's still greater than or equal to 10. So all my conditions are met. So I'm ready. I can go ahead and calculate my confidence interval. So I saved this formula here. We're going to need just a couple things. My apologies. Again, my type will just not put hats on. So remember, these are hats. So my P hat, that was 0.74. I need to add and subtract, I'm going to leave this blank, some number of standard deviations. And these are the standard deviations. They're going to be 0.74 times 0.26 over, well, we asked 1,644. So what I need now is that Z star. So that's what we practiced with critical values. So I'm just going to do a little sketch work off to the side here. So I put 0.98 in the middle. That leaves me 0.02 that needs to be split between the two tails. So 0.01. Take a moment and practice. Make sure you can get this on your calculator. I got a Z star of 2.33. So that's the number. I'm going to take this Z star and I'm going to plug it in the formula right here for Z star. All right, and there's a number of different ways that you could choose to type this in your calculator. You might just calculate this whole back end to make it go a little faster for you. But when I did it, just so you can check your answer, I got 0.715, comma, 0.765. Now, I'm not actually done when I get to my interval because I need to explain what it means. Think about think, show, tell from your textbook. We thought about the conditions, did a lot of thinking to set up the problem. We showed all our work, and now we need to tell what it means. So I'm going to say that I am 98% confident, because they asked me for 98%, that the true proportion, remember I was talking about P, I'm on a quest to find P, That's the true proportion. True proportion of what? Well, it's the returning college freshman. So notice I'm talking about the story problem in my example. Is between, and now I just list off my interval, 71.5% and 76.5%. So from our sample, we got 74. So we're pretty sure that the truth is between 71.5% and 76.5% of college freshmen actually come back.